Hello, and welcome to the Gaia update for Chinese New Year 2018. I'm Adrienne. So Chinese New Year officially starts on February 16th, 2018. The Chinese New Year is the day after the second new moon after the winter solstice. And so this is a time of renewal where we're really moving in to new energies. Now in Chinese astrology, the year, and a lot of us are familiar with what year we were born under, which is associated with an animal archetype. Now that is for the whole calendar year from the Chinese New Year of the 2018 until Chinese New Year 2019. And so this year that we're moving into is the year of the yellow dog. So let's break this down. So we know that Chinese astrology associates an animal archetype with each year, but then each year also has an associated element and male or female, yin or yang. So the element associated meaning there's wood, fire, earth, air, water. So the element associated with this 2018 Chinese New Year is the element of earth. And it is a yang, meaning male, earth sign. So that's where we get the yellow, or some are saying sometimes it's called a brown earth dog. So let's break this stuff down. So yin and yang, so it's yang, which is associated with the sun, which is where we get the yellow color. It's this associated with the light, the fire, the transformation energy. So it's interesting that this Chinese year got both the earth element, which is feminine, but it's a yang year. So this is a great year for working together between the male and the female energies within ourselves and on the planet. And this is really corroborated in the Western astrology. If you want to go look at my 2018 reports, I talk about there's a lot of energy for male spiritual activation this year, as well as feminine empowerment. So really cool. So the yang energy is associated with the image of the sun, and that's where we get that yellow color. Now the earth is associated with the color brown, so some people are calling this sometimes the brown, you're the brown dog, you're the yellow dog. Okay, so the earth element, of course, is associated with mountains, mounds, soil, stability, obstacles, and tranquility as well. You can kind of think of that Zen mountain energy. So we've got the sun, the yang energy, and we've got the earth, and then we've got the dog. So when these elements come together, this Chinese year of the yellow dog is associated with the autumn time of the year, when the sun is going down in the horizon and it's got that golden yellow color. So this is a powerful energy here as we look at this light of the sun. So one of the archetypes, the descriptions of this year, has to do with the sun goes down inside the mountain. So it's like when the sun goes down and you can kind of see it between the cracks of the mountain, and it's behind the mountain, it's illuminating the mountain. So there's some awesome energy this year around revealing what's hidden underneath the earth. I think we're going to have a lot of information come forward of our true origins, our true history of human evolution on the planet, that our history goes way back than what science tells us. And also that under the earth, there are all kinds of artifacts, mounds that hold that have been found, and this information's been suppressed, by skeletons of giants, burial mounds of giants, big, people who have evolved before us. And so it's an interesting time where this year, I think we're going to have a lot of secrets revealed. Maybe that energy of the lost city of Atlantis under the ocean coming forward, archaeological discoveries that are bringing forward how advanced these ancient civilizations were, and the technology uncovering this technology from under the earth. So it's kind of cool. We're also having an opportunity to really connect with the earth more, bring this fusion of light into the earth, this infusion of the yang energy, enlightenment of the sun connecting with the earth. This is who we are, humanity. We're here to be pillars of light, connecting the sun, the cosmos, and what the sun represents with the earth, and being that alchemy. So this year, it's powerful because with the numerology of 2018, 2018 adding up to 11, which then synthesizes again down to 2, is this number of this alchemy coming together, seeing through the stories we've been told of opposition, and coming together to balance the polarity of the earth and a polarity of our culture, and healing of the wounded masculine and wounded feminine, and to come back together to working together for a better society. So let's talk about the dog, because that's what the dog is really about. The dog is, if you think about it, just the archetype of the dog in our world, it has to do with loyalty. Dogs are right there by your side. They are proud to serve. Dogs need a lot of activity. Dogs are hard workers. This is also where there's some correspondence with Western astrology, with Saturn moving into its home sign of Capricorn. There's some rewards for hard work. It's a time to kind of, the healing of this time is to be willing to put in the work, and then the payoffs are coming. So the brown dog, the energy of the dog in Chinese astrology has returns coming to come in, blessings for hard work. So that's kind of an interesting energy. And Saturn in Capricorn is all about that too. So it's about productivity that pays off. So dogs are always ready to help. They do hard work, but they also can rest. So the mountain has this energy of zen and rest, and kind of like boom, like good luck trying to move a mountain, right? But then the dog is very active, and we have the yang energy of the sun. So it's a really kind of a cool balance of this year being about hard work that pays off, and then also being able to rest in tranquility. And this really fits the water energies going on in the sky, with Jupiter and Neptune trining this year, and also that beautiful trine between sextile between Jupiter and Pluto. That's water and earth. So this energy of tranquility, of calm, is really important for 2018, and it's really helpful for what we're going through, because we're going through massive transformation on the planet. We're having information come forward about, so this is kind of fits the dog energy too. The dog, now think about a dog, like a very loyal dog is first of all very protective. They're going to be sweet as heck to the people that they trust. But you know how dogs can sense energy, and if there's somebody that comes into the room that doesn't have a good vibe, they're going to let you know, and they're going to attack that person, And so there's these two sides of dog, fiercely protective. But the thing about the dog is, like, they're in tune psychically, and so it's a powerful year for transparency. And that's kind of what's going on. We're having all this information finally come forward about the truth of our world. And so we're seeing through. So the dog has this integrity energy. Really, really great. This is what we need. And it really fits also that Saturn in Capricorn. So it's helpful to look at some archetypes in mythology. Anubis was the Egyptian god, or Egyptian dog, and that's an interesting thing, just getting distracted here, but God is dog backwards. So there's definitely some connotation with the energy of this protective, loving, loyal energy, and with what we associate with the cosmic energy, the beneficial energies of the cosmos, and the loyalty and the connection that we have to creator, to source. And so the dog is bringing this forward. Now, that sensitivity, that empathic quality that dogs have, can sense when things aren't right, and this is a powerful energy right now. So it's bringing forward transparency. Okay, so dogs are, of course, if you think about it, they have behavior, they serve, and they have this behavior of loyalty, and then they're rewarded. And so there is rewards coming for people of integrity. There's also an activation of leaders that are coming from a place of integrity that want the best for everyone. This is part of the dog energy in Chinese astrology. It's about equality. It's about social justice. It's about making things more fair. So we're going to see some changes in the world this year around balancing out this rich-poor gap, maybe adjustments in our financial system, and kind of leaders that are willing to work for the good of all of us, because the imbalance is just so great. And so to have this calm Zen mountain earth energy and the yang fire and the dog loyalty and transparency is a perfect combination for us right now to keep calm in this storm of transformation, and yet begin to see the world come into balance and reward the people who have integrity, who have been willing to stand up for social justice. And so the dog demands fairness and fair play and has a deep moral sense. Okay, and so this is what's going on in our world, a shakedown that's bringing this kind of demand for transparency in our world, but from a calm place, willing to work hard, industrious, do the work, but also willing to sit back and allow things to happen. And this is a really cool energy for bringing to light crime and energies that have gone on unchecked in our world for a long time, to stop bully energy, to our standing up. This is this feminine empowerment, and also the male empowerment of, so there's a lot of energy around the male yang energy in communication with the earth, and the male energy being protective and honoring the feminine. You know, helping the feminine take back their power through honoring the feminine. So there's a lot of energy of loyalty, generosity, determination, and that hard work, but also achievement. And this is an energy of ethical energy, idealistic, and a desire to improve living conditions. So it's kind of a sweet energy for us right now, moving in to the dog. Now the dog has loyalty, right? And it's about loyalty to authority. It's deferential to authority as loyalty to authority. But with this whole energy of transparency and integrity coming forward with both that Saturn in Capricorn and Pluto there in Capricorn, and with this year of the yellow or brown dog, we're having to adjust our loyalty, right, to more integrity, leaders of more integrity coming forward that we can actually trust. And it's just kind of become like an energy in our world where it's like, well, you know, authority, leadership, it's corruption, it's just going to be a part of it, it's just how it is, right? And this year it's like, no, actually, we want to have people that we can believe in really and really trust, you know? And so that's an interesting energy. Now, we talked about Anubis, the guardian of the threshold in ancient Egyptian mythology. And what would happen is that Anubis would guard this threshold area of where people would be tested for initiation into the higher realms. Okay, and this is where we're at right now. The planet is trying to evolve into, you know, all of us, human consciousness in the planet together are evolving into higher dimensional frequencies. And we all know this is happening, right? I mean, it's just kind of the way things go. It's our evolution. But this evolution has been severely thwarted through control mechanism energies. And so we're on this global initiation place, but we can't quite step through. And so it's kind of cool to have the dog as our guardian of the threshold. Now, this is interesting too, because Saturn in Capricorn really fits this energy, because Saturn is that the guardian of between the personal planets and the transpersonal planets. So if you go back and watch my Saturn and Capricorn video, I talk about this Saturn being in control of initiation, and kind of like, are you ready to step into that next place? And Saturn, the obstacle energy of Saturn, which is interesting because we have this earth energy in Chinese astrology is associated with obstacle energy. It's like what's in your way, and that what's in your way though is actually the karmic stuff you have to clear to heal, to get to a place of purity where you can go to the next level. So basically Anubis would be the guardian. He was the guardian of the threshold, and initiates, the mythology was that Anubis would be a part of the weighing of the heart, okay, against the feather of Ma'at. And so basically this was kind of like, this energy of the dog is like that psychic empathic ability to read energy. And in our society right now, coming into transparency, as we get into this place of moving into the next place, we have this huge heightened duality. And the cool thing about that is that actually the people whose integrity is not at stake, who we've been maybe thinking we could follow their integrity, that's becoming clear. And this is interesting because in personal relationships, I'm seeing it all the time with empaths and narcissists, where empaths are finally being like, whoa, like you had me so tricked. Like I thought that you were a good person and you've been totally doing all these other things. So relationships are breaking down that are toxic and unhealthy. And so we're also seeing this on a global scale with our politicians and our leaders, and kind of like, just that we cannot move forward on this evolutionary path until we get this sorted out, because we can't go through that initiation portal that we're trying to do into the higher dimensional frequencies on Earth with this lower vibrational energy. And it's up to us to stand up in this integrity, in this loyalty to the truth. This is the energy of the dog, and weigh this. And so it's becoming more and more clear people's true motives. They can't hide it so much. And so it's kind of helping empaths kind of feel more confident, more secure in the world, because it's kind of like the signs are more distinct. And this is what's happening. We're weighing the heart of the people to see if we're ready to move into this next level. And so those people that have a light heart, that have done this lifetimes of work and are here on the planet for this shift, are going to be rewarded for their work now. Like this year has some energy around like all that hard work you've done, and being stuck in this kind of lower energy and shame around being a light worker because of programming of past lives and being targeted soul. And it's kind of like, whoa, like now the universe can come forward and support you in your integrity, in your lightness of heart. And that's a beautiful, beautiful thing. This is where we see the yang energies of the sun, the male energies, supporting, shining through the earth and shining the true secrets that are hidden in the feminine and under the mounds, the mysterious mounds and ancient sites that are all over the planet, that I think will just more and more we're going to see revealed over this next year. And so when the Anubis is the guardian and protector of that threshold. And so this is where we're at right now. We're weighing the heart, and the initiation was like, are you worthy? Like, are you carrying heaviness in your heart? Are you carrying lower energy? Are your self-serving interests? So this kind of self-serving interest stuff cannot be supported in our world. And the year of this young earth dog is a beautiful, beautiful energy to move us forward. It's interesting to note that Donald Trump is a year of the young dog. So there is an interesting correlation there. So we're moving into this initiation, and this energy. So the interesting thing about Anubis is that Anubis was decorated with ribbons representing his loyalty, representing awards. This is kind of the energy of the blessings that are coming in, the rewards of hard work, so this the energy of this year is like, allow yourself to rest and be that Zen mountain, and also get your work done. Just get into a project, just get productive. It's just going to feel so much better. And then let yourself rest too. And this is part of the energy that's so healing for our world right now, is that because the duality is so powerful and strong, it's revealing itself. Okay, so the brown dog is a lot about allowing the universe to reveal itself and to allow, kind of like the Zen art of war, allow your enemies to kill themselves, you know, and allow the diplomacy. This goes along a lot with Western astrology, with Palsatine playing such a powerful role this year in astrology around diplomacy and peaceful solutions. And so it's kind of like letting the things play out and reveal themselves rather than going into battle and fighting and trying to prove. So I think that's what's happening in the world right now, is this kind of like subtle dance of allowing the revealing to happen without a battle, without escalating, so this is the energy of this year. Get your hard work done, be ready to receive the rewards for that, for your integrity over many lifetimes. Lighten your heart, clear, forgiveness, and finding a way to see that bigger picture. It's kind of like, if you're ready, we're preparing to go over this initiation threshold, and so we're also being supported in letting go of all of our karma, all of the things where people hurt us, we're feeling bad, or where we hurt them and we feel bad, they feel bad. And so it's like all of these kind of energies of suppression and heaviness in our heart are being released. And that's really helped with the water energy in the Western astrology, helping this young fire, the sun coming down and shining through the mountain, effusing the earth with light. What we're here to do, step into this era of light and this initiation. So thank you so much for joining me. I hope you can check out my 2018 videos and get a sense of how this correlates. And happy Chinese New Year. I'm excited to move into this new energy and be a part of this earth evolution initiation together as we come into more integrity and strength and fairness and goodness, and rewarding that the loyalty to the truth that is out there but has been hidden from us. It's almost like there's this whole energy of, over many thousands of years, but particularly recently in media and everything, it's kind of like this energy of fairness, equality, standing up for the underdog, that's a big part of this, has been kind of like, it's not cool, it's like it's not, it doesn't have any value. And this is what the yang energy of the sun is doing to the mountain. It's valuing, honoring, and lighting up and holding up the goddess, holding up those feminine qualities of empathic, emotional creativity, energy of and a new value system for us. So it's a powerful time as we step into this planetary evolution. We're stepping into the threshold, and we have the dog with us to protect us and honor us and help us see through the lies and deception and value what really should be valued in our world again. And so, great time to be on the planet. I'm happy to be here with you. I look forward to moving through this year ahead with you. Until next time, I'm Adrienne Elise. Namaste.